help curb the nicotine urge, so you can cut down and cut it out at last. Bench Run tablets, a good sign you can really...
Girls, halftime, a couple of reminders for you. First of all, on Sunday, February the 2nd, it's going to be Cameron Coca-Cola Soccer Ball Day when Team Spirit meets San Diego. The first 4,000 fans, 16 and under, will receive a regulation soccer ball, compliments of Cameron Coca-Cola. Kickoff, 2:05 at the Civic Arena, and tickets are available at all choice seat outlets. The other game I'd like to remind you about will be the Penguins game. On Saturday 15th, it's going to be Giant Eagle photo card night when the Pens take on the Vancouver Canucks, and all fans may have their picture taken with a Penguin player, courtesy of Giant Eagle. Civic Arena gates 3 and 4 will open at 5 p.m. Face-off time is 7:30, and tickets available at all choice seat outlets. We are here at halftime. It is a 2-0 lead for the Los Angeles Lazers. Not a lot of highlights to show you, but what we have, you'll see when we come back.
Forum in Inglewood tonight. Not very many highlights. Some lowlights as they're down 2-0. The Lazers leading the Pittsburgh Spirit 2-0. It has not been a good first half at all for the Spirit. The only 2 goals coming from Los Angeles. This is a power play goal right here. Garcia off the glass, standing right there for the rebound. Heading it home is Juan Cardenas, and we take one more look at it, JP. A good play.
Garcia is going for that glass, as you mentioned. He's not shooting it, and there's the header back by Cardenas. He was unmarked in the box, but of course you've got a power play, so it figures somebody should be open.
And then in the second quarter of play, that's the wrong super, because that's the goal for Gato, not Gato, for Cardenas. Here is Beto, and you don't see the pass from Sachs. Beto goes far side to get the goal, and for him it's his 13th of the year. The pass had come from Nathan Sachs, his first point of the season. 2-0. Los Angeles leading the Pittsburgh Spirit. We get set to move on to the third quarter of play, JP, and we're going to change goal getters. I'd like to get a goal somehow, right?
Sure. We'll take a look at our halftime stats first and then tell you about that. 14-10 are the shots on goal. Papaleo has 4 saves and Tim Harris has 7. As far as the Giant Eagle goal getter contestant, it is Phyllis Shirey of Pittsburgh, and she chooses Adam Topolsky. We couldn't make a winner out of Jen Bartman, but we will give Jen a consolation prize, a gift certificate from Armor Meats. And now for the third quarter of play with the Lazers out in front 2-0. We'll go back to the play-by-play and see if there are any goals this quarter with John Sanders.
2-0. Los Angeles Lazers leading as Godfrey Ingram and Paul Child prepare to put the ball in play. McKenzie is on, along with Helmut Dudek and Dave Hagen. Struggling Pittsburgh Spirit offensively, starting play here in the third quarter, but can change rather quickly. Sometimes just one play, one spark will ignite things, and Pittsburgh Spirit so far have not had that spark in the first half. Ingram all the way back to midfield. Godfrey retreating to the Pittsburgh red line. Blocked by Hunter. Right back to Papaleo. That actually probably was on goal. Child for Hagen at midfield, marked by Beto. Willie Milano is on, along with Poli Garcia. This is Garcia to Beto. Hunter on defense, along with Fernandez. That one winds up rolling weakly in front to Joe Papaleo. McKenzie, far side. For Child in front, tries to leave it for Hagen. Hagen wins the race, but Milano comes up with the ball. Back now is Beto. Looking for George Fernandez. Willie Milano, number 20, takes over. We've played 1 minute and 15 seconds of the second half. Fernandez, not much happening at all right now.
No, Spirit have been outscored in the third quarter, 29-17.
Papaleo dives. There for the rebound is Milano. Loose in front of Papaleo, and he punches it out. The ball was loose. Papaleo could not hang on. Now Ingram will drop it back to Joe, and the Spirit will try to bring it out.
Last thing that the Spirit need, John, is to go down 3-0. They need to get a goal and get some momentum back, a little confidence, and show the Lazers that they can not only play with them, but that they can beat them.
Earhart cap on. Harris lets it roll off his body. Really that time just shielding the ball from the goal. Not concerned about the rebound because there was nobody in front of him. Amir Ali now on. The team's change up. Cardenas double team. Sit back to Gibson. Now the Spirit will take over. Nope, Grigorev couldn't control, so Ali has it. 12 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. 4 15-minute quarters. Cardenas lets it roll, but Ali was not there. So back comes to midfield and will be chased down by Neil Gibson. Now Greg Ian, number 15. Intercepted by Erhard Kapp. An advantage here for the Spirit. Civies with a drive. Harris. No problem. No steam on the ball.
No, and again, what you had said earlier, no one even close for a rebound if there is one coming.
Here's Ian. He gets to Polsky. Sacks in front, but it rolls to Papaleo. The last shot that Civies took, a goalkeeper will let you take that one all night long if that's all you're going to do with the ball, right?
That's absolutely correct. They'll give it all the time if they can do it. But what the Spirit are not doing, they're not making that penetrating pass or the penetrating run to get that pass, and as a result, the shots are way outside.
Popolski had a little bit of a chance. It was tackled away by Sachs. Now they come downfield. Clay Koyman is on. Drops it back to Fernandez. Looking to Papaleo, batted and headed home by Koyman. Papaleo got a piece of it. Again, he could not control, and Clay Koyman picks up the goal.
Well, when we look at this again, you're going to see that Joe misplays this from Fernandez. Watch. The ball does take a hop on him, but he is beaten by Koyman. Fernandez will have the assist on it, but it is basically misplayed along those boards. Off the boards with a little spin, Joe gets a piece, but not enough. Koyman, with Dudek on him, heads it by. So the Spirit fall down 3-0. Time to go 3:44.
And again, as far as Fernandez is concerned, it's the 4th goal for Clay Koyman. Fernandez gets his first assist of the year. It wasn't much spectacular with the shot. It just was the Joe could not hang on to it. It was a drive by McKenzie. Harris is there, long lead, ball to Milano. He's got an edge on Dudek, but he'll have to wait for the ball. Now Milano with a little bit of room. Works it back into the corner. Back to Ali. To Beto, who has a goal tonight. 3-0 Los Angeles. Foul will go on Marcio Leite. Quickly, Hunter puts the ball back in play. Fernandez, who got... Now Dudek. For Topolsky. Two of the hardest shooting defenders in the MISL. Topolsky and Dudek on together right now. There's a move by Dudek. He's got a little room. Squeezes it inside. It's knocked away, and the rebound goes up and out of play. We've seen it many times tonight. 2:24 left in the third period. Lazers 3, Spirit 0 on Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Los Angeles, it could have been 3-1 here. Look at Marcio. Couldn't get it. Shot it wide of Tim Harris. So Spirit are still looking, John Sanders, for their first goal of the night. It's taken them a long time, and they're still not there yet.
Cardenas working headers with Amir Ali. Off the board, it comes free. Ian takes over. Ali works it back to Hunter, and now it's the Lazers retreating. Far side, Cardenas marked by Dudek to Ian. He's got a little room. Tries to work it into the corner, now rolls it around. Deflected in front, still loose. And Papaleo finally comes up with it. He was battling Cardenas for it. They were looking for Hunter actually on the rebound. 1:42 left, third quarter. Dudek with a blast. It's knocked away by Ali. Now Ingram. Cardenas knocks him down. The foul will go against Los Angeles. That's 5.
Well, if the official doesn't call that, the Lazers are off on a breakaway because Cardenas was headed upfield.
Marcio Leite for foul zone, who drives one in front, knocked away by Hunter. Hunter blocked the shot, gets it to Ian, and out of play at 1:15. 3-0 Los Angeles. Goals by Cardenas, Beto, and Koyman. One in the first quarter, one in the second quarter, and one here in the third quarter.
Don Pavlovic applauding his troops before when we were away in that commercial break because they're getting their chances now, but they've got to connect on them, because if they don't, the longer they keep missing, Los Angeles is bound to come back and get another one. Right now, 3-0 is about as bad as the Spirit want to go. Incidentally, I did not see on the bench Poli Garcia, nor is he out on the field. He must have re-injured his groin injury, which has been bothering him the last 3 weeks.
Here comes Milano. Koyman. Fernandez. And Gibson. Less than a minute now in the third quarter. McKenzie drops it back to midfield. They wanted a dangerous play call, didn't get it. Now McKenzie. Dave will work it in. Drives it in front, and Harris is equal to that one. Long lead ball. Milano is free on the left side. Papaleo got a piece of it. He deflected it just enough that it missed wide to the right.
That's Joe's best save. Here's where the Spirit have got to try and draw that 6th foul. There's not a lot of time left, but if they can get it, they've got a power play to start the next quarter.
Only 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. Fernandez against Child. All the way across it comes. 15 seconds. Still loose in front. A rebound attempt and a score. It came from Z. Kapka. So the drought is over. The Spirit put a number on the board.
And some happy people who made the trip as Z. Kapka will get credit for the goal. Topolsky off the board. Z in good position, the right foot. And I'll tell you what, Harris came within an eyelash of saving that one as well. 14:50 will be the time of the goal. Topolsky right here will get the assist. Off the boards, bing and bang.
Well, it's a big goal for the Pittsburgh Spirit. It comes in the closing seconds. For Z. Kapka, it is his 5th of the season. Topolsky gets his 9th assist of the year, and it's a 3-1 margin. So back to John Paul's favorite lead, a 2-goal lead for the Lazers of Los Angeles. You can hear the people crawling, no foul, no foul. You can bet that's coming from the Los Angeles bench. They get away with 5 fouls. They do not pick up the bench penalty. But the good news is the Spirit got a goal to get back on the board. Peter Wall, though, his team still leading by 2. Fourth quarter is coming up on Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. Lazers of Los Angeles, and it was Clay Koyman who got the goal thanks to the play here of Fernandez. You'll see it coming in front. Papaleo is not able to handle it. Koyman is there to head it in. That made it 3-0, and it was pretty dark. But 11 minutes and 6 seconds later, just before the end of the third quarter of play, the Pittsburgh Spirit managed to get back in it, JP.
And it's Topolsky off those boards, and there's Z. Kapka wide open right on the doorstep to make it count. Interesting to note that the Spirit, we've always told you, in the fourth quarter have been a better team than in previous quarters. They've scored 36, and they have given up 30. And on the opposite side, the Lazers have been outscored 38-25. Fourth quarter's been their worst. Our Giant Eagle goal-getter contestant, Leslie Mueller of Pittsburgh. She chooses Marcio Leite. Phyllis Shari will win a gift certificate from Armor Meat since her person, Adam Topolsky, did not score in that quarter.
13 saves for Harris, 6 for Papaleo at this point in the game. The Spirit still out shooting Los Angeles 22-15 as we go to the final 15 minutes. And JP, you've got some work to do.
That's right. Everybody's got some work to do. Let's see if the Spirit can come back. They trail 3-1. Adam Topolsky. Let's see if that last goal at the end of that quarter picked them up. Hagen to Topolsky. Right boards for Leite. Send it the other way, and Mike Hunter will have a headache when this is over. Topolsky back in his own red line. Going long for Godfrey Ingram. Marked by Amir Ali. Godfrey cuts to the middle, drops it off. Leite holds. Against him is Fernandez. Leite now quick shot, and Harris has to make the save. Long throw the other way. The Spirit have to come back. Topolsky got a piece. Papaleo must get the rest. Off the glass it goes, unmarked. And coming through is Cardinals, but he shoots wide. Pittsburgh cannot afford any mistakes like that. Beto was held.
Held by Marcio, so the first foul of the final quarter goes against the Pittsburgh Spirit.
Marty Templin making that call right there, senior referee. Beto will put it in play. His team up 3-1 in the box, and Cardenas was blocked. Another shot from downtown from Hunter is deflected off the glass and out of play, but last touched by number 3, Mike Hunter, who's done a nice job, I think, defensively tonight.
He has, and the word is out on Poli Garcia. He has strained groin muscle. He is finished for the evening, so let's go back and take a look at Marcio Leite again. Marcio watching. Boom. Quick shot. Harris has been equal to the difficult shots tonight.
Papaleo will have a goal kick, and he puts it in play as we look at Tim Harris, number 30 for the Lazers. His goals against average continuing to drop at 3.95, and it would drop further if he can keep Pittsburgh somewhere near the one goal that they have now. But of course the Spirit will be out to get a few more. And a victory. Up for McKenzie. Mack against Beto. To the left for Hagen. Hagen to the corner. Out to Cap in the box. Leite, no room. Looking back for Erhard Cap. 50-50 ball, and we've got a handball called on the Pittsburgh Spirit. You know, John, that Stan Terlecki is not anywhere near full strength. We've said it before, but he's sitting out longer, and his shifts are much shorter. Right now, he would be out there as much as possible because with the team down by a couple goals, who better to score than Stan? So it's got to be bothering him still. A calf injury on the left leg. McKenzie banging it upfield. Greg Iron is there. I'll tell you who has not played much at all tonight is Nicky Klincharski, and I'm wondering if there is an injury or he is being shot out. Of course, we don't know from up here.
He had a couple of shifts early, JP. You're right. We have not seen him since.
But he is on the Spirit bench. Ball is played back to Greg Iron. Sent the other way into the corner. Quickly, Papaleo stops Clay Koyman, and Joe may have gotten hurt on that. He's in some pain. And let's see, he's getting up now.
Face-to-face confrontation, and you can see the foot.
Both
and you can't really see where it caught Joe, but he's up. It did catch him like on his shins or his lower part of his legs. I think Joe's going to be all right.
Yeah, on the replay, you could see the knee of Papaleo, right knee hitting Koyman, same spot as Peter Wall makes that catch on the Laser bench. We'll take it to a break with the Lasers on top, 3-1. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Late Night Soccer.
Elizabeth, what we don't know, and we don't know what she's listening to, but here it is 3-1, right, JP?
That's right. She may be listening to the Laser game on local radio. Foul called in Los Angeles. Willie Milano says no, but referee Bobby Rubeska says yes, it is.
No, Milano does not have a vote.
No, he's not going to win that argument either. Joe Papaleo rolling it right side to Adam Topolsky. The Spirit down by a couple. Adam wants some movement. Wanted somebody to show for the ball. That was what that signal was about. Erhard Cap pressured by Milano. Adam Topolsky. Now the Lasers back with that high pressure that has worked for them earlier in the night.
But now if you can make a quick pass, you have the advantage.
Sure. And there it is to Topolsky on a good run down the right wing. Adam looking in the box. It hopped up. And it is deflected out of play. Last touched apparently by Sibbies. But boy, that ball just... There was nothing Sibbies could do with that one, the way that one came off the boards. Or off a deflection in front. I thought Adam was going to bang it off those boards and look for some activity in front. There's a look of concern. Don Popovic won a lot of games and 4 championships.
I guarantee you this, Don Popovic is not used to this kind of a season record, and if things don't change, there's been a lot of talk about changes that will result of no change in the one-loss record, and I think you can almost bet on it.
Well, the way the talk was in the newspapers while we were here on the coast was that changes might be made, and since that time the Spirit lost 1 in San Diego, and the jury is still out on this one, whether they win or lose, but they're down 3-1 with 11:40 to go. They still have a chance, obviously, because a 2-goal lead is not a great lead in indoor soccer. But as you said, it's still better to have it than be trailing. Greg Iron off the boards. Papaleo diving out to get it. Rolling it for Topolsky. Ingram and Leite on the run. 3 aside. Godfrey Ingram holding it against Amir Ali. Lays it off for Topolsky. Center area to Kapka. Left side, Helmut Dudek wants to crank it. He does, but it's blocked by Iron. Dudek will get it back. A 3-1 lead for Los Angeles. Ingram to Kapka for Leite. They do the give and go. Z shooting it just wide.
Still much better offensive execution than we saw the first 40 minutes of the game from Pittsburgh.
Greg Iron the other way. Off the boards for Cardenas. Leite got in between them. No foul. Marcio bringing it back up the field. Has Ingram to the left. Kapka running right. Godfrey will get it. Across that line, trying to beat Hunter to the middle. Godfrey with a low shot, scooped up, and Leite couldn't get a good header on it. But a nice effort it was all around.
And again, another good offensive chance for Pittsburgh.
Kapka got a steal, but the Lazers get it back. McKenzie quickly the other way. It's starting to be more of a wide open game, and now it's headed out of play by Mike Hunter.
The tempo has certainly changed. In other words, the Spirit now taking the attack, and we can show you exactly what we're talking about, because Ingram with a good drive. Now watch Marcio as he gets inside. Almost got it with his left hand, banged into the goalkeeper, and Ali quickly turned and fired it back to midfield rather than trying to set up an offense. With the pressure the Spirit are able to apply right now, they're just bringing it back to midfield.
McKenzie will get it. We've not seen Terlecki in the first 5 minutes or so. We're not quite 5 minutes, I'm sorry. 14 seconds shy of that, but Stan has not taken a shift this quarter. Cap was blasted along the boards by Fernandez, and a foul is going to be called. Number 17, Erhard Cap, former member of the New York Cosmos, both indoors and outdoors. McKenzie holding it for Child, the acting captain, with John O'Hara out of the lineup tonight with that slight concussion. McKenzie uses the boards. Looking was Sibby's, but it's going to be knocked out of play by George Fernandez.
So Peter Wall feeling a little bit of pressure right now. That goal with 10 seconds left in the third quarter really has changed, I think, the confidence level of the Pittsburgh Spirit. They're playing with more aggressiveness and more confidence. The passing is much crisper.
McKenzie to Cap. That is not a crisp pass there, and it enables the Lazers to take it over.
Almost had a breakaway by Koyman.
Left side it goes to Koyman. Where the body's going, they're disappearing from my view. And now a whistle and a foul called on the Lazers, and that'll be 4. And that's another reason for concern on the part of Peter Wall as McKenzie draws that foul along the near boards.
Well, the penalty could certainly change the game around.
Dave Hagen over midfield. Picked up by Mike Hunter. Civvies in the box, and so is Child. And now we've got a whistle and the 5th laser foul. Spirit have to be aware of that. They've got to try to get that foul. Either play it in the box or give it to somebody who will take it one-on-one. Played out to Hagen, a wicked drive, and that's off the glass. McKenzie after it. And he went after it hard. He does not get it. Who's the foul on? If it's on the Lazers, it would be 6.
No, but I think it's going to be on Dave Hagen.
Yes.
He got tied up with Beto that time. Not me, he says, and then he falls on him. The foul went against Dave Hagen.
That's 3 on the Spirit. 5, though, for the Lazers. Hunter will just knock it back for Tim Harris. A 3-1 Los Angeles lead. Cardenas, Beto, and Koyman. 3 unanswered goals as that one hits the trainer on the Lazers bench, Scott Morrison. Kapka, the only goal for Pittsburgh. Marty Templin, number 9, the senior referee.
Having a conversation with Paul Child, who is looking right at him. You know, that shot right there. See, he's still talking to Paul.
So Godfrey Ingram will put it in play in the restart. Spirit bench, Child and Cap talk things over. Godfrey Ingram plays it all the way to the boards. Wanted foul zone. Dudek got a piece, not enough. The Lazers bring it back. 2-on-2. Dudek hustling back. Beto tries to play it in. Dudek, nice back heel. You remember what happened last night when his momentum put him into the goal. That's a nice play. Up the right side, Ingram. Godfrey in the corner. Has it knocked away by Milano. Plays out to Topolsky. Slides it for foul zone. Dudek wanting to get free in the corner. Foul zone now swings it to center. Right puts it off the boards for Ingram. Can't turn. The ball took a bad hop for him off the boards. Back comes Amir Ali. Foul zone, nice recovery run. Bangs it off the boards, but a little hard. Fortunately for Pittsburgh, there's no one in a white Laser uniform after him.
What Charlie was trying to do was get the ball to Joe Papaleo, but he hit it too hard.
Dudek in the box. He wanted Sibby's deflected away. Dangerous pass back the other way. Sachs has to get it. Cardenas might have gotten chewed out for that one, and he still might if the Spirit could get a goal here, but now Cardenas will move it out. With some speed down the left wing. A 3-1 Laser lead, 8 minutes left, fourth quarter. Cardenas up the boards. Headed away by Helmut Dudek. Out of play it goes. Free kick for the Lasers when we come back for the Lasers. lead over Pittsburgh 3-1 on Pittsburgh Spirit late night soccer. At the on Paul Della Camera with John Sanders, the Lazers lead it by the score of 3-1. Coming up, an event to watch, the middleweight title bout between champion Marvelous Marvin Hagler and John the Beast Mugabe, previously slated for November 14th, rescheduled for Monday, March the 10th. Both fights will be telecast via closed circuit on 2 giant screens at the Civic Arena. Preliminary bouts beginning at 9 p.m. Tickets for the Hagler-Mugabe fight available at all choice seat outlets. And how much of a fight the Spirit have? Well, they've got 7 minutes and 56 seconds in which to do battle, and there's the general talking to the troops.
Well, they've got to reach down inside, as Peter Wall is doing the same thing on the other bench, and find that extra with the last 7:56 to play yet. And certainly they've had the better of it in terms of offensive potential and the chances at the other end of the field, especially compared to early. But Joe Papaleo, I think, feeling more comfortable now, but if you watch him, it's almost like he has to tell himself what to do instead of his reactions coming instinctively.
That's right. He was a little too tentative on a couple of those goals, but it's been tough for him to make the adjustment. He hasn't played in quite a while since December 20th. Lazers shooting it. That's Ali. Remember, there are still 5 fouls on Los Angeles, and I'm sure Peter Wall talked to them about that, and probably Don Popovic as well for Pittsburgh. McKenzie heading it into the air. Pittsburgh's going to go after every 50 ball in the hopes that maybe they can draw that foul. Spirit have 3, Lazers 5, but the Lazers lead 3-1. Greg Ion, 2 shorthanded goals he has this year. Off to another good season for the Lazers. It's sent in harmlessly on Papaleo. Now it is Kapka with 1 goal tonight. Off the left wing board, Sibbies. Picked up by Greg Ion. Knocked out, Cap will blast. High off the glass, rebound. Kapka fanning on it. Good opportunity that time. Z off the boards, shooting it right in front, and Harris is there. Long throw for Willie Milano. Cap racing after him. Milano may have an angle. Puts on the brakes, shoots it, blocked by Earhart. Cap. I'll tell you what, Earhart did a great job to just stay with the fakes of Milano. Especially at the end of his shift, he's out of gas, he goes to the bench. An interception now by the Lazers. Hunter will bring it back in over the Spirit line. Right side to Greg Ion. Koyman asking for the ball, but he won't get it. It'll come back instead to Hunter. 6:37 to go, 4th quarter. Lazers 3, the Spirit 1. Dudek pressuring Cardinals, picked up Ion off the boards, wide, rebound wide. Lazers can blame themselves for those 2 misses. Cardinals to Greg Ion, look out to the right side. Koyman was unmarked, they'll settle it, too high. Sibbies trying to move it out for Topolsky, but the Lazers win that one. Fernandez a blast, diving save. Papaleo, one of his better ones tonight. He's got to make that save. Now the Lazers will get it back, and Dudek takes it. It's going to be 2 minutes.
It'll be a penalty.
I'll tell you why they're going to call it a penalty. Because the Lazers, Cardinals, would have been open. He's saying shoot on if you can read his lips, and Marty Templin, I think, is saying go away.
Well, he was not in the box area, but you're exactly right. He had the break. He had the advantage. There's Fernandez with the shot. There's the save by Papaleo. What a beauty it was as he dives out. Now let's move it ahead a little bit, and we'll take a look at the penalty situation. As the ball comes free, you can see that Cardenas gets behind Helmut Dudek, and Dudek just pulls him down.
Dudek reached out from behind. It was a smart play if it's a foul, but when it's a penalty, it is not. And the Spirit were arguing that, but it looks like it's a deliberate attempt to haul the player down, so you've got to call it. I can't argue with it from up here. So the Spirit penalty killers will now have a job to do as we look at the Laser power play. Very weak at best. They miss Stuart Lee there. And in the Spirit penalty killing, it's 62%, but how does that rank? 10 out of 12. Godfrey Ingram and Charlie Falzone up front. Cap and McKenzie are deep. Joe Papaleo just made one of his better saves of the night, looking at the situation. Beto. Quick one goes wide, off of Gibson.
The Lazers did convert on their only power play opportunity of the evening so far.
Milano in the corner. Crunched. He got free. Papaleo will block it. Where's the ball? He's got it. Rolled right to Godfrey Ingram. 5:46 left, 4th quarter. The music sounds in L.A. Lazers leading at 3-1. To the left. Earhart Cap. Good low shot, and it almost went deflected in. It may have hit a Laser player.
Godfrey Ingram had himself in good position that time for a potential rebound or the pass from Earhart.
Minute 22 on the power play. 5:22 to go in the game. Los Angeles over Pittsburgh 3-1.
Critical point in the game right here.
Could be a turning point if Pittsburgh can keep the Lazers off, especially if they could get one shorthanded. There's a foul call, and that will be 6.
It'll be 6. Boy, that is a key right there.
Godfrey Ingram, Gibson. Oh, where was it? On that, it looked like Godfrey just slipped.
I don't think he touched him, if you want to know the truth.
No.
I mean, I'm not going to look a gift horse here, but...
Well, let's see it again. I thought maybe we didn't run it far enough. He missed him.
Acting 1 pays off for Godfrey Ingram.
Well, I'll tell you what. Sometimes camera angles lie, or you can't tell. That was so far away, there's no way another angle would have showed that he was actually tripped. And Peter Wall can't believe it.
Well, it's going to even it up in the penalties, and the Spirit actually will come out with about a 52 seconds of a power play at the other end of this whole thing.
So again, it could be a turning point. We'll wait and see, and you can wait and see with us. We'll go away for a short break. The Lazers 3, Pittsburgh 1. Nice penalty. I'm John Paul Della Camera with John Sanders. Another 105 on the first penalty on Pittsburgh. So it's 4 attacking against 4. A lot of open field area. McKenzie to Charlie Falzone. Godfrey Ingram in some trouble, spinning away. Godfrey, nice move, cuts to the outside. In the box area, he wanted Leite, an unselfish pass, but the Lazers get it.
Well, credit Beto that time for getting back, along with Fernandez. Defensively, they made the key play, putting themselves between Falzone and the ball.
Here's McKenzie the other way.
Or, excuse me, Marcio on the ball.
Off the boards, broken up, and Ian will give it back to Harris. Stan Terlecki has not played a shift in this quarter. He is on the Spirit bench, but obviously not in full fitness, and Don Pavlovic not wanting to put him out there.
Just 10 seconds, and the Spirit will have the power play.
Marcio knows that, and they're trying to wait and get it set up. Now McKenzie goes to the bench. Child will come on. Dudek is on, so he'll go right onto the power play for 48 seconds. Not a lot of time. Sibbies to Godfrey Ingram. Spirit need 2 to tie. Ingram holding it for Sibbies right way. Back for Godfrey outside the box for Sibbies. Looking, shooting, knocked down. Tim Harris, a big save, banged out by Fernandez.
Nice save by Tim Harris that time, but again, that time Paul Child was in so deep he was not in position for a rebound.
Marcio Leite cutting to the outside, left-footed drive, and it hit off the laser and went wide. Fernandez got the block. Sibbies to Marcio Leite. Marcio holding it. Now it's Dudek. Back for Leite. 6 seconds. Spirit have to remember that the Lazers will have a man coming out. That's Steffen. Right side, Sibbies. Back out for Ingram. Godfrey holding. The penalty's over. Ingram the shot blocked. Cleared out by Hunter. So that power play, short as it was, 48 seconds, goes by the boards. Spirit now at equal strength with the Lazers, but with less than 3 minutes to go in the game. They trail 3-1. On the left, Dudek for Leite.
Nice move by Marcio in traffic.
Now it is Dudek for Godfrey Ingram to the right side. Ingram holding it. One-on-one, takes it to the outside. Still with it. Waits for some help. Cutting. Passing it in front. Blocked by Nathan Sachs. And again, Chow is at the far post. Back the other way. A lot of room. Neil Gibson. Tackled away by Helmut Dudek. Child after it. Wants to find Hagen. Broken up. Back the other way. Willie Milano. Tell you a couple of players we've not seen. Klincharski and Gergiev as well. But it appears that they might have been sat out as opposed to being hurt. Tough to tell from here with Terlecki. You just have to assume that he is hurt because he's the kind of guy that you need in this kind of a situation. Milano back the other way for Greg Ian.
Clock is a problem now, JP. We're down to 150.
Ball is played back to Tim Harris. And now the Lazers call a timeout. They were trying to get that before. They had made a signal when the ball was loose in the neutral zone. Peter Wall was trying to signal to his goalkeeper to call that timeout when he had the opportunity, and now is the time for him to do it. Here's a look at Joe Papaleo. It is a 3-1 Los Angeles lead. Goal scorers Cardenas, Beto, and Koyman. Kapka for the Pittsburgh Spirit. We take a look at the bench. You can't see if anyone has any ice or any tape on their legs. We look at Klincharski, number 11, and Gergiev, number 9.
You can see they're not even really part of the huddle. Neither is Stan Terlecki, so I don't think we're going to see either of those. Spirit have added to their advantage here in shots on goal. It's 29-19. That's a 10-shot advantage, but you have to consider the kind of shots, especially during the first 40 minutes of the game. They did not have good opportunities. They were putting the ball on net some, but not in any real threat or scoring position. That has changed from the last part of the third quarter through the fourth quarter. Certainly the offensive advantage has gone to the Spirit. In this case, they simply have not been able to finish, and of course we have to give some credit. We're talking about Stroh's players of the game. Harris has come up big several times, and we'll watch him do it again.
In Minnesota, as the strikers come to the board to face your Lazers.
And when things are going your way, the bounces go your way. You see how deep Paul Child is? We mentioned it at the time. He was actually inside the goal that time, hanging right as he does, right around the post area, looking to knock something home, but not able to do it in that situation. So Harris would be a candidate for our Stroh's defensive player of the game. Stroh's offensive player of the game, we may have to think about that one a little bit.
You might get the coin out and flip it. Still not over, a minute 43 to go, but the Spirit do need 2 of them just to tie. And you can be sure Peter Wall spoke to his troops about what to do defensively. They're not going to worry too much about offense. They want to just make sure there's no defensive breakdowns. And that's part of the strategy. Harris didn't want to make a bad pass, so he killed a little time. Papaleo rolls it left to Polsky. Adam to the right for Ingram. Back for Earhart Cap. Now it is to Polsky. Spirit need 2 to tie. Earhart Cap in the left corner. Wants to use the boards. He does it. It trickles in. It's 3-2. The Spirit are down by 1. Cap using the boards, and I believe he'll get credit for that goal.
Paul Child was standing right on the doorstep, so let's take a look and see what happens. As Earhart rolls it, keeps the roll along. And I believe you're right. It got in without Paul Child touching it. So Cap will get the goal. Cap and Topolsky gets the assist. That's Adam's 2nd assist of the night. We might have found our Stroh's offensive player of the game. It's a defender.
Let's see. Cap will get credit for the goal. His 2nd. Ball is cleared now to the laser zone. Beto lifting it. A minute remaining in the game, or at least in regulation time. It could go OT if the Spirit can get one. Topolsky to Earhart Cap. Earhart running it to the outside. Looking for those boards. Blocked, and he's taken down hard by Mike Hunter, and Hunter's going to draw 2 minutes.
So now a situation where the Spirit will have the advantage for 49 seconds. They can also think about taking Papaleo out if they'd like to and really put the extra pressure on. Let's watch it again. You can see Hunter, who has been called for many fouls tonight, caught Cap. Earhart banged into the board, and that's the penalty. That's a closer look this time. Hunter went for the ball, but he also got Earhart Cap and knocked him into the board.
I would be surprised if Don Popovic pulls Joe Papaleo, only because it's not been his style, and especially with the power play, going with a 1-man advantage, but we'll see. There is only 49 seconds left. Well, Don Popovic wants the timeout. He's yelling out Helmut Dudek to call the timeout, so he will at least talk it over with the troops. Don Popovic never really had to use a 6th attacker much, John, because in New York, they were always winning,
I was going to say they were never behind.
Yeah, and I think the 6th attacker has come into play a lot more in the last, say, 3 years, and he's been with some winning teams. Last year in Las Vegas again. You know, when you've got a Julie V, when you've got a Gergiev who had 49 goals last year, and a Chico Borja, especially when you have a 1-man advantage, you tend not to think about using that goalkeeper. So I'd be surprised if he pulls Papaleo here, but in any event, they will have a power play. So the Spirit have been lucky, too, in this building. Luck is a part of it. They have won 3 times. They have lost 2. And you can probably hear Don Popovic. When you pass back, that's about all we can hear. Well, maybe let's try to hear him.
Well, we kind of picked it up in the middle, JP, but you can see the strategy is being laid out. And you're right. Joe Papaleo will stay on the field. The strategy from Peter Wall to his troops, they are down a man, 49 seconds, and boy, this is hang-on time. We've seen it happen to the Spirit several times over the years. So you get down into this critical part of the game.
I've got to commend Don Popovic on his language, too. He's not aware, to my knowledge, that there's a microphone down there because it's on a camera, but language is real good. Nice and clean, no obscenities. Helmut Dudek to Leite for Godfrey Ingram. Now it's Leite shooting it. It's blocked. Helmut Dudek back out to Godfrey Ingram. Power play for the Spirit. They're within one. 38 seconds left in regulation time. Ingram looking. Godfrey shooting and he scores! He will tie it! Godfrey Ingram from way outside will tie the game at 3. Power play goal for the Spirit. And John, you can take another look.
Here is Ingram settling. Now watch the shot. It's a beauty. And it was through a screen, and you saw that Harris saw it too late because Ingram picks up his 12th goal of the season, his second in as many nights. Watch him bring it in. And there it is.
Godfrey Ingram's 12th goal of the season. As we look at Dave McKenzie giving him some words. Ian Sibbies will draw the assist on it. So it's 3-3. 33 seconds left in regulation time.
Keep in mind, these two tying goals came in the last minute and 10 seconds of the game.
Nice comeback, win or lose. Foul is going to be called on Pittsburgh, and that will be 4.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
I'm sorry, on Los Angeles, 7.
The first 30 minutes of the game were about as miserable as I've seen as far as the Spirit were concerned, especially offensively. They did nothing. But that's the way this game goes sometimes.
Joe Papaleo lifting it for Kapka. Trying to head it, but Beto will get it. Lifting it, and it goes out of play. We've got 8 seconds left in regulation time.
We've checked those overtime records again. The Lazers have won 4 out of 5 that have gone extra. And the Spirit, 4 and 5. They've won 4 out of 9.
Dave McKenzie will put it in play on the restart. Blocked by Cardenas. Matt going back to get it. The pressure on. They're going to just play it for overtime. That's it. And I don't blame them. They don't want to make a mistake there. They want another chance to talk things over to see what they're going to do. As Don Popovic rallies the troops, they have tied it at 3. Stay tuned. We're coming back for sudden death overtime on late night Spirit Soccer.
Los Angeles, fabulous forum. Watch the play by Erhard Kapp as he just keeps it right along the board, and for the change, Harris is not able to handle it. It gets behind him before Paul Child can get there. So Erhard Kapp got that one. It came at 13:49. Adam Topolsky got the assist. Then with the Spirit in a power play situation, after a pass from Sibbies, it'll be Godfrey Ingram. Partially screened was Harris that gets in. You talk about overtime. Spirit have won 2 games on the road this year. Both have been won in overtime on Marcio Leite goals. This is the 3rd straight overtime game for the Los Angeles Lazers, and they have done well in overtime. We will play first goal wins here at the Forum in Los Angeles. So, JP, let's go to it.
Well, whoever gets the next goal is going to determine what kind of a flight it's going to be back to Pittsburgh. If the Spirit get it, it's going to be a nice flight home. If they don't, it's just another one of those tough losses on the road, and maybe some things to happen this week. Some things might happen anyway, the way the talk was last week. Hunter pressured by Leite. Pressure is on. Dudek after it. Fakes to go back. It's going to be knocked away. Cardenas off the boards. Ali, a shot off those boards. Nobody there. Now Papaleo wisely pounces on that ball. Godfrey Ingram looking. Hagen, right side. Off the boards, but Harris is right there.
And we need to see if the Spirit can maintain the offensive pressure that they put on in the last, say 20 minutes of the game. From the end of the 3rd quarter through the 4th quarter, they had the offensive advantage.
Beto to the right. Nice back here. Nobody picks up. Fernandez is shot through a screen off the far post. Papaleo upset that no one had picked up Fernandez.
Now, Fernandez simply missed the shot. That's all. Because Papaleo did not see it until it was too late.
Could have won it right there. Ingram tries to lead for Leite. Godfrey will get it back. Spirit outshot the Lazers 9-3 that quarter. 32-17 overall. Topolsky right side. Against him is Amir Ali. Adam will bring it back out now.
And this is what you want to see the Spirit do. Go into their offensive attack and maintain control of the ball. They've been able to do that consistently through the last part of this game tonight.
Ingram turning, but the shot went wide. Fernandez trying to settle it and move it out. Off the boards. Ingram trying to win it, but Hunter is right back there to help out, right back to his keeper, Harris. Rolling it for Beto. Beto up the field. Cuts to the right. Looking, shooting, blocked in the play. Ian Sibbies. Beto, another move. He's dumped. Foul is going to be called for tripping on Pittsburgh.
Good effort that time by Beto individually as he's working against two people, Sibbies and also Kapka, and Sibbies tripped him down. He went. Fortunately, not a penalty, but a foul.
Beto on the restart. Plays it into the box area, but Cardenas can't get a shot away. Child will knock it away. Child blocked along the boards, and a foul is going to be called on Cardenas.
Cardenas pushed him into the boards.
Now Marty Templin coming back for something in the corner, looking at something along those boards.
Come on, guys, keep it going. Put it up on the bench. Come on, guys.
They must have a problem because then they're going to stop play. That's the shot of the foul by Cardenas as he pushed Paul Child into the boards.
And Marty Templin says, let's get going. We have flights to catch. Come on.
I think he's going to go back and look at that area again over there because there must be a problem with the board.
Might be a piece of...
something loose, maybe a piece of wood sticking out, something that could cause a problem. So Marty Templeton is not going to take any chances. Instead, he's going to take a timeout. He played 1 minute and 47 seconds into this overtime period, and back he goes to take a look at that area.
You know, if the Spirit were not doing so badly, John, I mean, you could say that the pressure's really on Los Angeles because they're the team that's at home. They're the team that had a 3-0 lead. So realistically, the pressure's on them. But it's too hard to say that when the Spirit have done so poorly on the road and need every win that they can get, especially when a win tonight, and that's why I say it could mean a difference in the plane ride home. A win tonight puts them in a 3-way tie for 3rd place. A loss keeps them right where they are, just one spot out of the basement.
Well, you have a ways to go to get to your airplane, but you have to keep in mind as you look at those overtime records, which we've already talked about, these two teams have played in recent weeks the 2 longest games in the history of the MISL.
Well, Peter Wall the other night, his team went into triple overtime. The game went better than 100 minutes, and it's an up-and-down game for the players, but how about the coaches seeing shots go wide and fouls that are maybe not called or penalties that they think that they're going to get, and all kinds of great action in a game like that goes into 3 overtimes. As Peter Wall said the other night, he was just making the quip, I'm not sure if it was worth it winning this game. There's your young friend. Hello there. She's not up all that late because obviously it's a little bit earlier, 3 hours earlier here in Los Angeles.
There's a nail sticking out of the dasher board, and I don't think that's going to get it, Earhart, with the bottom of your foot.
No. But it's a nice try. Everybody's trying to help, and there's...
I knew they had a maintenance man in the building someplace. Let's repair this fabulous for them, and they've got it.
Well, he gets a nice ovation. He did his job.
What if he gets overtime? How about this guy? He's pretty thrilled about it.
Well, let's not put him on the highlight film. That's amazing. I tell you what, I could understand if he fell asleep in the first half, John, but not now. That guy better get the alarm
Maybe
clock
he did
going.
fall asleep in the first half.
And he's still out, you mean? He missed a good game in the end. Leite. Far side, bothered by Nathan Sachs. He'll send it back to Earhart Kapp, who really helped to rally the Spirit when they needed some help.
He really did.
Kapka for Leite. Marcio along those far boards. Bangs it out. Earhart Kapp there at 12:55. Sudden death overtime. Even at 3. Earhart around his man, Ian. Looking off the boards. Knocked away by the Lazers. And just blasted out of there. They're playing more defensively than offensively, the Lazers are, and that may cost them.
It's like a hockey team under pressure that keeps icing the puck. Of course, there is no icing here, but that's all they're doing is simply getting the ball out of their zone. In the meantime, the Spirit are able to regroup, set up the offense, and they have kept the pressure on. Of course, you can say that all you want because it can change on one quick turn of the ball, one quick attack, and it can be all over.
Lasers settle the ball down, back for Tim Harris. Rolling it right side for Neil Gibson. Foul zone on now with Ingram as the Spirit try to change. Leite stays on. Willie Milano. Taken down by Topolsky. Milano drew that foul pretty nicely. Didn't look like Adam bumped them that much. Milano leads the team in goals, but not in points. He ranked 2nd, going into the game anyway, to Patata. But he has no points tonight. Ian, blocked by Leite. Marshall's the guy to look for because he's won 2 of them for the Spirit with game-winning goals in overtime and 1 game-winning assist.
And both of those came on the road, so...
Oh, they're going to say that that ball came back from the neutral zone when Papaleo used his hands, and that means a free kick from that spot.
And that's the top of the arc. I think you have to watch out here of set plays, plus rebounds, all kinds of loose action in this situation.
Greg Iron. Right side, Gibson with Child on him, and Child wins the ball nicely with aggressive play. And now some aggressive play will cost the Lazers.
Tell you what, I thought maybe Paul had used bad judgment by not going back to Papaleo, but as it turns out, he took the ball into traffic, was pushed, and got the foul called, and that took the heat off.
Charlie foul zone for Topolsky. 11:39 left. Sudden death overtime in the first session.
I was going to say, you better mention it's the first overtime, the way things have gone lately.
Godfrey Ingram. Running back with some room to go. In the box, Child back, he'll score! Paul Child from Godfrey Ingram, and it's over in the Forum. The Spirit have won it 4-3, and Paul Child gets a nice, welcoming reception. Child from Godfrey Ingram, you could see Child making the run in the box. And
he was wide open, too,
yeah, he wasn't trying to be flashy. That was the only way that he could really make that play count. And the Spirit have one of their better comebacks of the season, and it may be an enjoyable flight home.
I'll tell you, it's going to be enjoyable for those guys. Here's Godfrey. He sees him. Now watch Child. Fooling Harris. He again had 2 choices of which way to go. Decided to go to the short side. Here's the celebration by Paul Child. We've seen it many times, and it's so sweet tonight. And I think we've got to give our Stroh's offensive player of the game to Godfrey Ingram. It was his goal that tied it with only 33 seconds left in regulation, and a beautiful feed to Paul Child for the winner in overtime.
I will concur with you on that, on our Stroh's award. Godfrey Ingram getting it for the offensive player of the game. Defensive player of the game might be a little bit tougher, as the Spirit were winners here 4-3. Well, let's take another look while we decide, John.
Okay, you can conjure up all kinds of candidates for that award. There's the pass in the backfield. Child, of course, does not look at the goal. He knows where he is, but he scores the winner. Let's give it to Adam Topolsky again, even though it was an offensive effort for Adam tonight. He had a couple of assists. So the Spirit celebrating an overtime victory here tonight in the fabulous Forum.
I'm too tired to argue with you. The Spirit will take this victory, and it was good to see them get a win for Joe Papaleo. Joe was a little bit rusty in the beginning, started to play better towards the end, but he's got such great skill that it's only a matter of time before he can make that big contribution to the Spirit. So the Spirit are winners tonight.
4-3 in overtime, the final. For John Paldella Camera, I'm John Sanders. A very pleasant good night and good morning from the Forum in Inglewood. Superbowl parties.
Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer has been brought to you by Stroh's, America's Fire Brewed Beer. By Burger King, home of the bigger and better Whopper. Aren't you hungry for Burger King now? By Mellon Bank, a neighbor you can count on. And by Cameron Coca-Cola Bottling Company. We've got a taste for you. Coke. The executive producer of Spirit Soccer is Bill Strong. This game...